If you guys are interested in being a member, then click the join button down below to check out the available perks. I believe the first tier is only $1. Thank you to those of you who choose to join.
Enemy found! This fucker's dead!
Damn it. The truces have turned them over.
Welcome to another Division 2 build breakdown video. Today's build is one I've made because of the amount of demand I've had from you guys in my comment section and live streams. Around the same time as I posted my Hunter's Fury Chameleon build, another content creator posted a Hunter's Fury build paired with a different exotic weapon. And I think that is the reason why you guys have been suggesting I make my own version of the build using that weapon. Plus you guys know your boy MOB does it better. The weapon we are talking about, by the way, is the exotic SMG, the Chatterbox, a weapon much like the Chameleon in the respect that it was one of those exotics that got thrown into the stash and forgotten about. Now, using the Chatterbox with this style of build is nothing new, as I actually brought out a build that requires the same weapon and playstyle around about a month ago. I'm merely making this build because you guys have been requesting it so much and you guys feel others who don't know about it would really enjoy it. The only difference between this build and the previous build is there's going to be a big difference in damage and survivability. And who doesn't love more damage and survivability? This build will also differ to the other content creators build because, for one, of course I wanted to make it my own, and two, I disagree with how he set his up. But I'm not here to pull his build apart, so with that said, today's damage stats without any buffs active look like this: 50% crit chance, 149% critical hit damage, and 66% all weapon damage. Now with all buffs active, we're looking at 50% crit chance, 149% critical hit damage, and 186% all weapon damage. So a nice boost in weapon damage, which helps make up for the fact that the Chatterbox gives no damage from its talent. When it comes to survivability stats, we have 1.3 million base armor, 30% armor on kill, 30% bonus armor on kill when you pick up a trophy, and 3% armor regen. And let's not forget 100% health on kill. So we are basically looking at 60% armor on kill, half of that replenishing our base armor and the other half making us tankier. Now, armor regen isn't something I feel was needed with this build, as it doesn't fit the playstyle. To me, armor regen is for a slower pace build that isn't run and gun, that hasn't got armor on kill, or is about stacking bonus armor. It just makes no sense to have it on this build. The only reason we have 3% armor regen on this build is from the long term buff from the Memento backpack. Now, moving on to the Chatterbox and why we are using it, the Chatterbox has a really fun talent that turns this Hunter's Fury build into what I like to call the Rapid Fire Blitz build. The talent reads: when you reload, rate of fire is increased by 20% for each enemy within 15 meters for the duration of the magazine. Max stack is 5 and kills refill 50% of your magazine. So you have crazy high RPM, and as long as you kill NPCs, you never have to reload. It's honestly a very easy weapon to use, and it's a lot of fun, which I'm sure you guys can tell from the gameplay. This build consists of 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury, the exotic Memento backpack, and a Seska chest piece. When it comes to my chest piece talent, I decided to go with Obliterate over Intimidate. Reason being is the Chatterbox has a terrible damage drop off just before 10 meters. Intimidate gives us 35% amplified damage, which is within 10 meters if you have bonus armor. So normally, whatever damage numbers I'm hitting around 5 meters, I'm hitting the same for 10 meters. But with the Chatterbox, that just wasn't the case, and there was a massive damage drop off before 10 meters. So I then decided to use Obliterate, which makes up for that damage drop off before 10 meters. Of course, by switching to Obliterate, we will be doing less damage up close, but we do a lot more damage at 10 to 15 meters. And I actually prefer it because if we use Intimidate, we'd probably have to be within 7 meters of every fight to benefit from the damage, where Obliterate gives us constant damage all the way to 15 meters. Now I will say, although we have pretty good damage at 15 meters, this weapon has pretty poor accuracy and is obviously less stable the higher the RPM goes. So I would advise that you don't try and kill enemies that are further than 15 meters because you're going to have a hard time of it. So now we have spoke a little bit about the build, the reason I've made it, and I've showcased a little bit of what it's capable of. Let's get into a piece by piece build breakdown. Right guys, so getting into this build breakdown, starting off with the gunner specialization. The reason why you're using the gunner is because it offers so much utility. It gives you 5% rate of fire on kill, which is only going to add to the crazy RPM of the chatterbox once it's got all of its buff. We also get armor on kill, we get 10%, so that adds to the 20% that we get from Hunter's Fury gear set. We also get weapon handling when you stand still. You have to stand still for a second before it kicks in, so it makes the stability of this weapon a little bit better when it's at its full RPM buff. It just offers a lot of utility that just really gels well with these run and gun builds. Now looking at our primary weapon, which of course is the chatterbox, 89.1k base damage. I believe if I had all max rolls would be at 90k base damage. The base RPM is 700, and then we have 60 in the magazine. And looking at the talent, and I've already gone over it with you guys, but we'll read it again. When you reload, rate of fire is increased by 20% for each enemy within 15 meters for the duration of the magazine. Max stacks 5, kills refill 50% of your magazine. So we're going to look at the attachments on the chatterbox. We have 15% critical hit chance from the scope. We have 5% critical hit damage from the muzzle. The grip gives us 10% weapon handling. And then finally, the magazine, which gives us the extra 10 rounds. Moving on to the secondary, and I'm going to be brief about this. I'm using quote unquote the showstopper. And we're using close and personal with this. Killing a target within 7 meters grants 30% weapon damage. This is a weapon that people are sleeping on. That's all I'm going to say about it. When it comes to the attachments, crit chance on the scope and crit chance on the grip. Moving on to the actual build now. We're going to break down the pieces. We are using Hunter's Fury. That gives us 15% shotgun damage, 15% SMG damage. And yes guys, I'm using an SMG with it because I know it triggers a lot of you that are using AR with this build. And people are so confused. Why do you use the Chameleon with a build that's for SMGs? You're missing out on 15% weapon damage. Technically I'm not, because you get 90% weapon damage from the Chameleon's adaptive instinct talent, so it makes up for it. But yeah, anyway, we get 15% SMG damage, 15% shotgun damage. The 3-piece gives us 20% armor on kill. We also get plus 100% health on kill, which I didn't mention earlier in the video, so that adds to the survivability of course. And the 4-piece Apex Predator, enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuff enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Damn, I felt like I said that really quick. Moving on to the attributes, 14.9% weapon damage, what a percentage to have. 12% critical hit damage, 11.5% critical hit damage via a mod. Our chest piece is a Seska chest piece, giving us 10% critical hit chance because we're running a gear set, so we're lacking in the crit chance rolls. I had to make it up with a chest piece. So we have 10.6% weapon damage, 8% headshot damage, which would need to be crit chance, and then we have 12% critical hit damage. So when it comes to our talent, we have Obliterate. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 25 times. Looking at the holster, we have 13% weapon damage and 12% critical hit damage. And then we are running the new exotic memento backpack. I love this exotic piece of gear. It is by far my favorite, because it just gels so well with these run and gun builds. We have 14.7% weapon damage, 150k armor, 1 skill tier, and 11.5% critical hit damage. And I have re-rolled this 3 times, and this is the best stats I've got on it so far. I'll probably re-roll it some more to see if I can get it maxed out, but it's good as it is right now. So we have kill confirmed. I've gone over this in multiple videos, but I feel for new people I should go over it again. Kill confirmed, enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. So 5% weapon damage for reds, the blues give us 10% bonus armor, yellows give us 5% skill efficiency. For every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 5 minutes. 300 seconds, 5 minutes, maximum stack is 30. So that's the long term buff. Moving on to our gloves, I rolled them for max armor at 170k, and then we have 10.2% critical hit damage. Our knee pads, also rolled those for armor, 170k, and then we have 8.9% critical hit damage. So there's definitely room on this build for improvement, and we could definitely hit harder. So that is it for each piece of the build. Of course, I'm running the shield. Again, the shield don't make the build, guys. I'm glad you stopped complaining about it. If you don't like the shield, run the decoy. It's the next best thing. When it comes to the mods on the shield, we have 4.6% health. We have 4% damage bonus, which doesn't apply because this is not the striker shield. And then we have 4.1% health there. Our shield is at 3 million health, 3.4 million health, which isn't too bad. And I believe that gets higher, obviously, when we have the long-term buff active. So you'll gain the 30% skill efficiency, I think it's called. Yeah, skill efficiency. So the long-term buff will end up having 30%. So I should actually check out how much that actually boosts stats, and if it actually boosts the stats in the UI. That's something I'll definitely have to look into and talk about in the next build breakdown video. So looking at the striker drone, duration is 230 seconds, and then we have 22k damage on it. Not that it really matters, because the reason we use the striker drone is to serve as a distraction to NPCs to take the attention from us. So we have 6.7% duration mod. We then have 9.2% health, and then we have a 4.8% damage mod. And again, the skill efficiency, I don't know how much that's actually going to buff the damage on this. I should really test it and see how effective it is, but you know, it's only going to add to our skills and make them better. And that's pretty much it for the build, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. I'm going to leave you guys with some gameplay. If you're new around here, subscribe for lots more Division 2 content. We are so close to 17k subs. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love answering you guys in the comment section. I'm going to leave you guys with some gameplay from this crazy build. Peace out, Mod Squad.
Those from months of prisoner interrogations. The information stored on a military-grade laptop, kept in the main holding area downstairs. The first priority is to release the prisoners to keep the True Sons busy. You'll be looking for some kind of security terminal. The security terminal should be somewhere nearby. Look around.
Active terminal detected.
Sounds promising. Find it and patch eyes again. Okay, I'm in. Now to open the cells. And the cells are open.
See you! I'll kill you for that!
The main holding area is downstairs. Get moving.
Okay, I'll sweep the area. I see cover! Firmly down.
Opening fire! Firing!
The flank! Get the...
assistance needed.
The True Sons seem to be in control of the holding area. The hyenas are knocking out security cameras. Pretty smart of them.
Got ourselves. Get that cannon firing. Fuck you.
Reinforcements en route.
I'm mobilizing torches.
Serious trauma detected.
Just lost the camera feed from the holding area. There was a bright flash and then static.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Picked up on camera again. The holding area is just ahead. Once you find that laptop, grab it and get the hell out of there.
Looks like you got True Sons reinforcements headed your way.
North or south side?
Both. Heavier concentration to the south.
With all those gates sealed, the north exit should be closer.
Shit.
Die, you asshole!
Trying to break through. No. We want. Can't hide from us, asshole.
No more contacts.